Okay, very good. We are officially recording. So, first of all, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, all of you that are here. It's a super exciting time. I'm really, really happy that this dream actually finally came true. I also want to talk to all of you guys here. I see you here. Thank you so much for being here with us. I see Yvonne, Nora, Mark. There are other names here I can't see, but super happy to have you all here too. We are going to continue our lectures and our studies in this hybrid way because I think it's very important. We have friends from different states, like Mark is from California, and Nora, for example, is in Texas. So, and Yvonne is in Pennsylvania. So, just for you guys to know that Mia InnerLight is actually we have wings. We are flying in other states. So this is a wonderful time for all of us. So I know a lot of you, actually, I can see here the majority are not extremely familiar with Spiritism. And I am super happy about it because I always say in my other groups, Grove Adventures, one of them, that this group is for curious minds. Like a lot of people don't even know what is Spiritism, but some of you ask me, what is it? And I explain, and you're like, oh, I would like to participate. And this is wonderful. That's what we want. We want people to be open-minded, to discover what they really don't know, and open different doors to the unknown. That's so exciting. So just to start, I would like to invite our friend John to do our initial prayer, because in the Spiritist Center, we always start with a prayer and we always end with a prayer. Why? Because we want to be well connected. Even if you do not believe in God, but you believe in energy, you believe in positive fluids. So that's what we want, to connect. Because many times we are outside, we had a bad day, we had problems, we had a fight with the husband, the boss was really horrible, and you come here all stressed out, and I start talking, you're like, hey, not good. But we do a prayer. Your guardian angel is going to come closer to you. It's going to tell you everything will be all right. And then you're like, so much nicer. So that's how we want to start. So, John, can you come here and do the initial prayer for us, please?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mother, Father, God, Creator of all that is, thank you for the blessings that you give us. Thank you for the lessons that you give us. Please make us a pure conduit of your love and your light. Thank you for bringing us here by synchronicity. We're supposed to be here tonight. We're supposed to be introduced to this wonderful Spiritism that we found. So we're happy to have Angy, and we're happy to find this place. Thank you for being here. So be it.
Very good. So before I start the short lecture of today, I just want to let you know a little bit, because what is a Spiritism? That's what I will try to talk. But to talk about Spiritism, I cannot summarize it in 20, 30 minutes. It's impossible. But I want to give you a little glimpse of what it is, so you're going to be like even more curious. And then you will want to ask more questions, and then you want to keep coming to our meetings, and then you can find the answers by yourself, not me saying something, but you can actually have the aha moment that I had many years ago. And that's what, when we have the aha moment, that's when we really connect. And that's when we do like John. This is something that's really helping me to understand the life, understand especially the afterlife. After this body dies, what happens? How do we wake up in the other side? But to start all of this, I would like really to invite my board of directors so they can introduce themselves a little bit, and then I can talk a little bit about myself, and then we can go little by little about what is the little summary of the Spiritism, and also the little summary of how Mia InnerLight actually started. So to do this, we are very small. So our board of directors is small. So I have John. Come on, John. So John is one of our board of directors, and then also Claudia. Claudia, that's here. So I will ask John to say a few words about how he met me, and then how we started Spiritism, and then the same thing with Claudia.
Good morning. Good morning. No, good evening again. Of course, I'm nervous standing in front of a group. But anyway, I've been on the spiritual path for many, many years in many, many different traditions. The lady in the back, Sandra, said to me, "Hey, you know, I found something on the internet many years ago. You better take a look. I have this group. It's called Spiritism." And I went there, and it answered questions that all the other spiritual traditions that I studied and practiced didn't do. Where do you go when you die? How do you incarnate? How do you discarnate? How do you communicate with spirits? And I spent years studying this at Conscious Living in North Miami. And Angie came to our group. She came from New York. And I guess all of you who know Angie know she has an infectious character. She is so enthusiastic and makes everything fun. So not only do you learn, she has the answers to your questions, but she does it in such a nice way that makes it a pleasure, a blessing to come here one time a week so that we can learn and progress. It's funny how most spiritual traditions converge on love, forgiveness, and thankfulness for what we have to do. So when Angie asked me to be on the board of directors, how could you refuse Angie? Come on. I mean, if she asks you to do anything, you can't refuse. So the nice thing about Spiritism is when you go to a meeting, when you participate, I'm happier, I'm calmer, and it's fun. So how much more can we ask? How much more good work does this group do? What more could we ask for life? It's been a pleasure. It's a pleasure sharing my journey with you people. You are the group. It's coming to see my friends every week and appreciating their relationship with me so that I can help. Thank you.
Thank you. So nice, John. Thank you so much for the beautiful words. But I don't think everybody will be like, yeah, you need to do this, and everybody, yes. Depends much, huh? Depends on my request.
So I'm Claudia. I've been a spiritist for over 25 years. Same kind of path, was raised Catholic, blah, 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 blah. But, I met Angie maybe 6 years ago. She used to come out to the center and talk and blah, blah. And then one year I go to work. I get designated in a booth. And then I have my workers are Angie, John, and Sandra. Wow. What they conspiring. So we were working for the United States Federation. And at the end of that meeting, me and Angie were sitting in the parking lot, and all of a sudden it's like, no, we need a Spiritist center that only speaks English, that it's only dedicated to studying basics, that it can exist online. And then the pandemic hit. And we already had half of this done, and it was just, put together insult and injury, and talking to John and Sandra. We started, just this little things on the web. You can find a lot of materials on our YouTube channel because we've already put so much content out there in English. And then we started, the regular meetings, and then we got blessed with this place. So it's not our doing. We are just the bodies here, because this is way greater than anything that all four of us could have gotten to take care of. So for us, it's an honor to be a vehicle so everybody can study. Thank you.
So super happy to have you here with us, Claudia. For the ones that don't know, Claudia lives in Sunrise, so it's far away, but she's a trooper. She knows I am busy because I do 1,000 things at the same time. And she's so patient with me because I'm horrible with the phone, but I'm very good with WhatsApp, and she knows it. So we make tough decisions on WhatsApp chat. It's amazing. Thank you so much, John and Claudia. So very good. So we are going to start now trying to give you a glimpse of this very big body, this big philosophy. So when we finish, when everything is done, I will give like 10 minutes for questions and answers that we three can answer. And anything that you want to understand, anything that's a little bit deeper, then you can come on Tuesday at 6:45 to 8:15 and join us online or here in Miami. So very good. Let's go. Let me see if I can move the slide. No. So let me put like this. Very good. So as John mentioned, Riva, can you turn off the light, please? So it's better for them. Okay, nobody needs to look at me. So as John mentioned many times in our lives, we have this type of questioning. Who am I? Why am I here? What is my purpose? Where do I come from? And many, many others. I actually didn't have any of these questionings. My question was, who are the spirits that I see? Who are they? I see so many. This was my first issue because I used to see spirits. Nobody else saw it, and everybody thought I was crazy. Everybody. And then I started seeing all these movies, American movies, that were similar to my life. And I'm like, my God, I'm not crazy alone. There are people that think about it. So this was one of my big questions. But another thing, like, for example, babies that are born sick and they have terrible diseases. So when I was very young, I was questioning the priest. So why are the little babies born with cancer, born with whatever? Why they die when they are very young? And the only thing the priest could say is only God knows. And yes, I understand it nowadays. It's still like this. Only God knows. But Spiritism opened doors for me to understand it better. So I understood that's not God, this old man, mean to some people and very good to others. That is like, shut up. And to others, like, your life will be beautiful. It's not like that. But it's on us, through our free will, through our actions, through everything that we do, that whatever we do, we are building up goodness or badness. And we have really to understand that because we start reflecting. Anytime you want to have a fight with someone, you control yourself because you're like, I'm throwing negative energy. I will be receiving negative energy, if not from that person, from someone else, from the universe. So everything have consequences in our lives. And the Spiritism help us to understand, help us to have a balance in our lives, help us to be a little bit better. Not because we are afraid, but because we know everything good we do, we receive good. So isn't it much better to receive good than to receive bad? In my case, definitely. So I hope you guys do the same. This is just one of the things that I kept questioning. So I will talk a little bit later about the bottom part, the science, the philosophy, and the religion. Because sometimes people say, oh, Spiritism is a different religion. No, Spiritism is not a religion. Spiritism is a philosophy of life. So you can be Catholic, you can be Buddhist, you can be Jewish, but you are open-minded to understand this philosophy of life and keep it with your religion. It's totally fine. Many things complement each other. Other things are a little bit different. But if you are open to understand it, then you can be here without any problem. In Brazil, a lot of people are Catholics. So on Sundays, they go to church. They do not miss the Mass. But then Tuesday night, they go to the Spiritist Center. And they talk about things that are not said in the Catholicism, for example, or so many other fields of beliefs. One of the main things for us is the understanding of reincarnation. This is very, very important. And a lot of people come here, they do not accept it yet, but they are curious. Why do you think we reincarnate? This is a question that a lot of people ask me. So I cannot tell you, oh, because you in the past life, Shemaine, you actually were brunette and your name was Maria. I'm not going to say that because I'm not a person that sees the past, or like some people have the misconceptions of a Spiritism. A lot of people mix Spiritism with other beliefs. Many times they think they can come here to evoke spirits, or they can come here and we have some kind of a crystal ball to tell about your past or about your future, or who you're going to get married, what is the best job to get, or many other issues. We don't do this type of things here. But we help you to understand that difficult brother that hurt you so deeply, that only you can understand the pain you went through. And you're like, why is he my brother? And I have this pain that hurts me. And I tried everything, and he's still very nasty. I want to kill him. But we always say, no. We have issues many times from previous lives. In this life, it's a big issue. But why? Yes, it started in this life, but why did it start? There are ramifications that we do not understand, that we have no idea. And that's why Spiritism helped me to understand. Spiritism helped me to forgive. Because there are many things in life that you say, I cannot forgive. This is already bad. Don't say that. Say, it is hard for me to forgive now. Keep that in your mind. So you are not saying never. That's another word we should permanently avoid. Never. Never say never. Because it's a very strange word. Many things I said never happened. Let me just tell you one of them. I said, I will never move to a different country, especially if it's cold. I end up in New York, minus 25 Celsius. And I was like, what happened? And I also said, I will never marry an American. Yes, my husband is American. So every single thing I said never, it ended up happening. It's almost God is like, say never again. Say never again. So be careful. Be careful with your nevers because they end up happening. So when we throw this word, we kind of trying to block something, but many times it will happen. So we have to keep up our hearts open. So I cannot forgive right now, but I ask God to help me to be more forgiving. And I ask God to help me with this difficult situation, because one day things will change and will be better. So here are the aspects of the Spiritist philosophy. So the first one is the scientific. So it demonstrates experimentally And when we say experimentally, it's because we are talking about mediumship. So it demonstrates experimentally the existence of the soul and its immortality. So a lot of people come to me and say, Angie, how can you talk about the after death? Nobody ever returned to talk about it. Well, to you, but to me, many. And not just to me, through thousands of mediums around the world. Yes. Also, it's important to understand that the mediumship is not something from Spiritism. Mediumship is from any country, any culture, any person, any type of in any type of society. Mediumship is everywhere. Lots of you here probably are mediums, but are you probably, and when I'm saying medium, I'm talking about ostensive, okay? Because in Spiritism, we always say every single human being is a medium. But then there is a big difference of ostensive, when someone actually sees, feels, hears, and someone that is not ostensive, never saw a spirit, never really touched anything, never had any kind of different feeling, but you have like sensations. For example, you are in your home and suddenly you start thinking about me. And you're thinking about me. And then I send you a WhatsApp message. And you're like, Angie, you're not going to believe I was thinking about you right now. And I'm like, aha, what is that? It's your energy. You send this energy like a balloon, and you're thinking about Angie. And Angie's in her house, and she receives a balloon of a picture of a friend. And I'm like, I miss her. And then I write. So this is when one of the things we can say we are all mediums. Also in dreams, we all dream. What happens is a lot of us don't remember, but we all dream every single day, and most of us don't remember. But then we can do like Julio. I told Julio, I said, Julio, do you want to remember your dreams? Okay, let's go. And then I gave him a recipe. And the recipe is for everyone, okay? It's not something super special. Before you go to bed, before you are extremely exhausted, looking your phone or on Netflix, you just lay down, put everything aside, lay down, and just say, God, help me to remember my dream tonight. I would like to remember something. But okay, you also have to answer. When you wake up in the morning, don't wake up and grab your phone and already. No. Wake up, we start waking up like we start having sensations. We start having a feeling of our bodies. We feel light. And at that moment, when you can remember your dreams. Because if you immediately sit down, pick up your phone, boom, forgot the dream. You already don't know the dream. So when we talk about experimental mediumship, in every single Spiritist center, there is a small group of people that are mediums, and they work and they receive messages from spirits. So this is not a seance meeting that everybody comes and invite. That's like a Chico Xavier, a very famous medium from Brazil, always said, the phone rings from there here. In the past, in the 1800s, when Allan Kardec codified the Spiritist philosophy, he was calling them because it was necessary to understand how it works. Nowadays, if I'm calling, Mary, come here, we need to talk to you, this is not going to happen, because Mary needs to want and to can, because it's not just because we are dying, we can come and we can send a message. So this is one of the aspects. And for us, mediumship is something very common, but we do through a lot of work, a lot of study. And it's very important that the members, they are working hard on their moral aspect. If you go out drinking like crazy and then you come to a mediumistic meeting, that's not good. You are not going to be in our mediumistic meeting for a while, because you need to really respect. There are many things that are very important, and you have to respect. You have to do a cleansing of yourself. So 24 hours before, we need to be clean And there are many things, not just the physical body. I'm not talking just about alcohol or red meat that we do not eat 24 hours before, but I'm talking about our moral aspect too. I'm not a person that is cursing, is fighting with people, and then I go to the Spiritist center like, la, 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 la. No, because I might be lying to the people around me, but the spirits, they see everything. So they're like, ha ha, look at you, two faces. So this makes us to realize like, oh, I have to be careful with it. So this is one of the aspects. The other one is the philosophical. It deals with the nature, origin, and destiny of the spirits. It derives from the study of man problems, its origin and destiny. So is that we were talking in the beginning? Why are we here? Is life only on the planet Earth? Last week we were studying there are billions of billions of suns and stars and constellations. We just think about our little tiny solar system that is so, really, the scientists, they always say the solar system is absolutely nothing. Our planet Earth is a tiny little thing if you compare to the planets in our own solar system. So many times, why do we think there is life only here on Earth? Well, we still didn't have technology enough to travel to visit many planets. And the ones we did, yes, they didn't see with our physical eyes anything, but it does not mean the life there is like here on Earth. We always think everything has to be exactly like on Earth. So we have to see human beings like on Earth. In our own planet, we have living beings on the ocean. If you take a fish and put to walk on New York City, he's going to die because his living area is inside the water. The same thing with the birds. Can we fly? No, we cannot fly. We need an airplane. So these are just things for us to think. Maybe they couldn't see, but there is life there. And under Spiritism, we understand that God never creates something without a purpose. So if there is a planet, there is life there. Maybe we cannot see, but there is life there. So, and many, many other things with the philosophical aspect. And finally, the religious aspect. It establishes a moral bond between man and God by the moral teachings of Jesus. So again, for us in Spiritism, Jesus is the moral aspect of everything. Because Jesus was the example of goodness. Even if someone who do not believe in Jesus, for example, we have some Jewish friends that do not believe that Jesus was anyone special, it's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But you have to understand, even if Jesus was just a normal man for you, can you follow his teachings at 100%? Are you able to do that? I don't think so. Because to do every single thing he did, to be there in the cross, being crucified and ask God to forgive them, I think I would be like, are you come back here? Because it's how we are. We get angry, even if it's for a moment. Someone hurt you badly. You have your 5 minutes of total anger that you want to destroy that person. And then you calm down. You realize like that person is fallible, did something that hurt me. Yes. But, in general, that person is okay. And I'm not going to be cultivating anger. So you feel better. But Jesus was not like this. He was always forgiving. He never had this moment of a hatred. He was always forgiving in many senses. So now I'm going to pass this very short video that explains in depth what I was talking. It's only 13 minutes. And so you can understand it. So you will understand who is Allan Kardec. He is the Professor Rivail, a French educator from the 1800s. and he was not a believer. He was ascetic. And he really had, in that time, there was something very common called the turning table, where everybody went to the house of each other to play games. Like a Grove Adventures, we play a lot of games. But in that time, were games, not board games, but table games. And the table used to move. And then the table started answering questions. So a lot of people that were very intellectual started joining these meetings. And Allan Kardec, Professor Revile, thought it was silly because in his understanding, a table has no brain, so a table cannot answer anything. This is some kind of a trick, and I do not want to participate in this type of thing. So it's just for you to understand how he ended up researching and finally accepting and codifying Spiritism. Let me know if the sound is low, I can higher it.
The Spiritist ideas have been present in humankind's history since the beginning of times. The ancient Egyptian, Greek, and Roman mythology represent the ancient human belief in the dynamic interaction of both the spiritual and the material planes. Great philosophers, such as Plato and Socrates, talked about the immortality of the soul. Socrates, in particular, used to refer to an invisible friend. In the Old Testament, we see innumerable accounts in which several important notable individuals have talked about their interaction with the spirit realm. Moses saw Jehovah and started hearing voices. The New Testament also has a great number of passages in which we verify the constant and natural interaction of both realms. Jesus talked to Elijah and Moses on the Mount in a transfiguration moment. Jesus Christ expelled suffering spirits many times from his followers. On the day of Pentecost, the disciples spoke in tongues. On March 31st, 1848, in Hydesville, New York, in the United States, the manifestation of intelligent forces intervening in the physical plane denote the appearance of Spiritism through mediumistic phenomena. The consequences of those events had large repercussions, even in Europe. The phenomena occurred in a farmhouse, home of the Fox family. The Fox sisters began communicating with the deceased spirit of a peddler named Charles Rosna. They used letters in order to form words following the determination that each letter would correspond to a certain number of taps. Therefore, they had discovered the adopted process for communication between both worlds. we may say that the phenomena of the turning tables, which followed the events in Hydesville, prepared the upcoming of Spiritism by calling on the interest of many men of science, among them Professor Reval or Allan Kardec. Hippolyte Léon Denisard Reval, who later adopted the pen name Allan Kardec, was born in the city of Lyon, France, on October 3, 1804. At the age of 10, his parents sent him to study in Yverdon, Switzerland, in a famous and respected school founded by the Swiss educator Johann Pestalozzi. The institute was a kind of model school, admired by the aristocracy at the time, and important names from politics, science, literature, and philanthropy. After having concluded his education in Yverdon, Reval became a renowned master not only in liberal arts, but also in sciences, gaining distinction as a great educator. He published many didactic books and created new methods to transform the French educational system. His long experience as an educator enabled Professor Reval to perform another task: the compilation and codification of Spiritism. In May of 1855, Reval first witnessed the turning table phenomena and instantly understood that the communications between spirits and humankind implied a science of profound moral consequences. He realized that these phenomena held the key to humanity's problems, past and future, and also the solution he had searched for his entire life. Reval decided to investigate these phenomena rigorously and systematically. With the help of different mediums, Professor Reval questioned the spirits about God, the invisible world, and the destiny of humankind on earth. Reval published these findings for the benefit and instruction of humanity. He was, however, unaware of the magnitude of the work he was performing, a set of principles capable of impacting and transforming the world. The first revelation as to the nature of his mission came in April of 1856 through the spirit Zephyro, and was later reiterated by the spirit Hahnemann, the father of homeopathy. On June 12, 1856, the Spirit of Truth explained to Reval the importance of his mission by warning him of the arduous work of pioneers. He was also informed that the publishing of the books alone would not be enough. He should also expose himself. Reval, not dismayed by the challenges, accepts the task entrusted to him without hesitation. With his approach of conviction and faith, the distinguished educator Reval gives way to the notable Allan Kardec, who brings to fruition on earth the teachings of the Consoler promised by Jesus. Published in Paris on April 18, 1857, the Spirit's Book is the initial mark for a new era in humankind's history. Spiritism is based on the solidity of this book, on the credibility and wisdom of its spiritual teachings, and on the purity of the ethical principles that it proposes. The Spirit's Book contains 1,019 questions and answers. The questions were asked by Allan Kardec, and the answers were brought in through mediums by enlightened spirits, among which were John the Evangelist, St. Augustine, St. Vincent de Paul, St. Louis, the Spirit of Truth, Socrates, Plato, Fenelon, Swedenborg, Hahnemann, and Benjamin Franklin. This phenomenal book can be considered the tree of life because it sheds light onto all subjects of life. It is didactically divided into 4 parts. Part 1, God and the universe. Part 2, the spirit world. Part 3, ethico-moral laws. Part 4, hopes and solaces. Besides the Spirit's Book, other works compose the Spiritist codification. The Medium's Book, The Gospel According to Spiritism, Heaven and Hell, and Genesis develop, deepen, and consolidate the principles of Spiritism. The Spiritist seeds of love and light have been thread throughout the last 150 years from Paris, France, to the whole planet Earth. Since then, Spiritism has promoted profound spiritual education, spiritual healing, and comfort to people of all walks of life. It has also led thousands of community outreach programs, which transform lives in many countries. At-risk children, youth, and families have been assisted through the phenomenal work done by compassionate Spiritists and their organization. You are also welcome to join us in this journey.
So this is the Spiritist Society of Baltimore. My friends created this beautiful video. So just that the video gave you an idea of what it is, but there are so much more. But this is just the idea. Here I just put the timeline how we actually started. I moved here in August 2017, and I immediately created a group online to study Spiritism, because in New York I also founded a Spiritist center, and many of my friends of New York wanted to continue studying. So immediately I had a group online, and all my friends were in New York and many other places, because I didn't know anyone in Miami yet. But then we continue. And then in April 13, 2020, during COVID, we already became a registered nonprofit, And I didn't even realize it was in 2020. I was talking to Claudia, I'm like, 2020? I thought it was 2021. But no, in 2020, we were a registered nonprofit. Then finally, in 2021, we became a 501c3. That's lots of things that have to be done to be able to do it. And we are an 501c3 now. So this is really a blessing. And today, January 31st, we have this beautiful space that we have here. And we are extremely excited that we don't need to do meetings in my living room anymore with my 2 dogs. So this is really awesome. I'm super happy. So this is what we will be offering. So we get together every Tuesday, but we will start doing lectures. Right now we have study groups. We also have a healing passes. So healing passes is very similar to Reiki. A lot of people know what Reiki is. We do it here, but everything is free. We don't charge anything, and it really helps all of us. We have spiritual therapies. Everything is free. The therapies is also when someone is sick, is not feeling good, can be physically sick or spiritually sick, or it's mentally with all kinds of issues. You can contact us and we explain how it is done. The people will be in their own home, but they have to follow certain guidelines, and it's 4 weeks. So 4 weeks from your own home, you can benefit a lot. And then we have fraternal conversations. Like when you're going through something that you don't know what to do, you can contact us and we can schedule. It's just a 30-minute conversation that you will have 15 minutes to tell us what you're going through, and then we can help you under the Spiritist philosophy. I'm not going to resolve your issues, but I'm going to give you some kind of support and some kind of guidance on how to be strong, because many times we don't give a solution, but we can help you how to feel better. And when we are feeling better, we are able to see words and to discover different pathways. And the charity and volunteering. So because the Spiritism is so connected with the moral aspect, charity and volunteering is extremely important for us. So we have lots of charitable projects. This is a super short video that shows some of the things we have done in the past. Many volunteers. So let's go here. So look at the amount of people, everybody working. So we pick up a bag, a loving bag. Tears of love, say hello! Hello! Woo! Very good! The loving bags are ready, being totally created. Oh my God!
¡Sí, señor! ¡Sí, señor! ¡Que viva México! ¡Que viva Cuba!
Have the volunteers of love. Hey! Woo! Awesome! We were able to create 304 bags.
Hi. You're welcome. God bless you. Bye. There you go. Oh, that felt good.
So these were some of the projects we do related to charity. And the last project we completed is this one. It's called the Loving Bags for the Teens. So there were 120 teenagers that were living in this temporary shelter, and they were going to be sent to their homes, to their foster homes. But most of them arrive just with their clothes, and they have their things, the little things, on a garbage bag. And when I heard of it, I felt so bad. And then I started asking anyone to help us to build up this bag. So duffel bags with many things inside, so you can see really quickly how we did the delivery. So everything was collected, and lots of you here helped me. Thank you so much. It was a very expensive project. And here you can see Jansen and Julio, and we were delivering to this place, and they are going to take the bags and give to the kids. And because of privacy, we couldn't see the kids. I felt so bad because I wanted so much, even a picture, but there are very strict laws to protect the kids, and we couldn't see them, but we can see how we delivered it. In his house. So here we have like around 80 bags here. So gray for boys, blue for girls. So we are unpacking. This is Jansen, there is Claudia and Samantha. They're responsible for his house. August 14, we just finished the Loving Teen bags, 120 bags, 72 for boys and 48 for girls. So we have the gray bags and we have the blue bags, and we packed with this wonderful group. So we are the Volunteers of Love. Volunteers of Love! 2022! All the bags, and Julio is there with the other bags. We are here at his house. We are finally finished the project Loving Teen bags, and we are delivering the 120 bags for the kids, 72 bags for the boys, and 48 bags for the girls. And this is Samantha. Samantha is our connection to the kids, and thank you so much, Samantha, for helping to be able to help the kids. We are very happy about the project.
Thank you so much to you guys. You guys have really are gonna make a huge difference for our kids here. When they come here, when we receive them, they don't have anything. I'm gonna be very honest. They don't have anything. They come with their belongings in a trash bag, or some don't come with anything at all. So giving them a luggage that's gonna have items for them that they're gonna be able to use, just basic items that they can use, is such a blessing. And we want to thank you, all the donors, and you.
So
thank you so much, Angela.
So this is Jesse. Just film here. This is the bag for the girls. So it's an underwear, t-shirt, towel, and a bunch of items. Nail polish.
Beautiful.
Water bottle. So I'm happy they are going to be able to use, and they're happy to contribute.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
Great job together. Thank you. Mia, InnerLight, and his house. Get all of them. I'm going to help with this. This is really good. Awesome. Great job. Thank you, Jansen.
No problem.
Okay, so this was the project that we finished. Now we are working on this one. This is a project that we do every year. I started this in 2014 in New York City, and then when I moved here, I continue. So we started this in 2017. So now we are doing 500 bags, a lot of bags. Thank God we are almost finished. It took a long time to complete, but we are almost done. And I'm hoping to be able to deliver the bags in February. And again, thank you so much to all of you because you all helped. Here is pictures of our classes on Tuesday. So we always have people online, and we put the tables in this room. So it's always a lot of fun. It's not like a teacher's class, but it's really a exchange of information, conversation. It's always fun, and anyone is welcome to join us online if you can't come in person. And this is what I have for today. And I'm so thankful that you are all here. And I want to invite all of you to keep coming, to tell your friends if they are also curious as you. And what would be a blessing to be able to expand, not just online, but in person. And as you all know, or you must know, we are not in my living room, so we are renting this beautiful place. So whenever you can donate anything, it will be a blessing for us, and we are able to keep coming here. This is like a blasted space for us. They are really helpful. They are so nice, but we have to understand we are renting in a way that it's very like easy to say, okay, goodbye, Angela. So my really goal is to be able to save money. So one day we can rent yearly a space like this for us, not like on a weekly basis. But for now, this is a blessing, and I'm extremely thankful. So if any of you would like to make a donation, I have the little pot here. Some of you donated already something to me or InnerLight via PayPal. I know a lot of people talk about Zelle. Unfortunately, TD Bank don't offer this yet. We are hoping soon. And let's see how it's going to be. So now I just would like to finish and really do, I don't even know how can I disconnect from this. Okay, let me put the beginning. Okay, and I'd like to bring my friends here. Let me close this one. And we have everybody here. And now I would like just to do our final prayer. And then we are going to have our refreshments. And we will invite everybody to talk to each other, to introduce. And it would be really good. And before we go out, after the prayer, let's take a picture with everyone. It's so funny. I just realized how loud I am when I see my videos. I'm always screaming. It's like, I understand how John said when Angela come, everybody notice. Yes, it's impossible not to notice how loud I am. Isn't it, Mark?
That's how I found it on the beach.
Oh, yes, even on the beach, from far away, she heard me. Oh my goodness. Very good. God knows that I will be better in my next reincarnation. So let's now close our eyes. Let's do our final prayer so we can relax. You guys online too, because you're in front of a computer. So God, our dear Mother and Father, thank you so much for all these blessings. Thank you so much for being here with us all tonight. Thank you for all the enlightened spirits that are with us, our guardian angels, the spiritual benefactors of Mia InnerLight. Thank you so much for this night. Thank you so much for the teachings. that are connecting with our heart, helping us to be better people day by day, trying to exercise the forgiveness that's so important, and also improving our knowledge of the spiritual life, understanding that Earth is a temporary situation that we live through one reincarnation of 100 years. Then we return to the spiritual realm, we stay there for a while, and then another life is planned, and we come back again as a little baby to have new experiences, but with the baggage that we had throughout the millennia. We know that this life is only one from thousands we already had, and other thousands that we will have. And one day, we will be an enlightened spirit, that we will be the ones called guardian angels, when we will be helping other beings that are living on the spiritual realm, and we will be in the other side. We will be in the spiritual realm while they are incarnated on earth, because we had a lot of experience and we can guide them. But for now, we are being guided, and we ask the good spirits to protect all of us, to guard us, to send these good vibrations to our friends that are online at this moment, so they can all benefit from it. And also send to our friends that couldn't be here tonight. So wherever they are receiving these blessings. And next week, when we meet again, we will start all over, not just as a simple group, but as our spiritual family that reconnects every week. Thank you so much. So be it. Very good. Very good, my friends. So, can someone turn on the lights, please? Before you all go out, I want to take a picture.
A picture there, so people online can be on it.
Oh, but if we stand
Yeah.
here, we are going to cover them. Look.
No, but that's okay. I mean,
I will
we'll be
cover
conscious.
I don't want to cover Mark. So I will take a picture here, and then I will take a picture of everybody, and I will put us together. So do like this. Smile. Hey, JC. 1, 2, 3. Yay. Again. Awesome. Very good, my friends. Thank you so much. We are going to close here now. We are going to go to our little party. I will see you all soon. Thank you, Yvonne, Nora, Mark.
Have fun, guys.
Enjoy and
You have a great
congratulations.
night.
Bye.
See you
Good
soon.
night. See you soon.
Bye.
Aw.
Awesome. Woohoo. Oh.